May is definitely one of those months that's like a really busy time at school, particularly if you are a year six teacher. And so I've tried to be kind to myself. However, I do have a little bit of time off in May. So let's see what I'm going to read this month. Welcome back, or if you are new here, welcome. My name is Katrina and I make bookish content here on this channel every week and then movie reviews here at the weekend. In the description box below, you will find all of my social links, including my blog and my Goodreads, where you can keep track of what I'm reading in between videos. So I have a couple of May releases that I'm going to put on my TBR. Well, one I'm going to tell you about that I've already read, and one that is coming out that I have pre-ordered. I think I've pre-ordered the audiobook. Generally, if I pre-order, it's going to be through Audible. And then 2 April releases that I missed in April. My regular monthly non-fiction pick for the month. And then also a book versus movie read, because the release date of this one is the end of April here in the UK, even though it's already come out over there in the US. So let's talk first of all. On the 9th of July, we have Date with Destiny by Lucy Vine being released. I have already read this one. It was on my April TBR. It's one of the April TBR books that I did actually read. And this one is just classic Lucy Vine yumminess. She just like, it's like she's writing books for me. She's like writing books with everything I like in them. It's completely my taste, completely my sense of humor. I feel seen in her books. The friendship groups are varied in her books. So Ginny's about to turn 32. She went to see a fortune teller who said that in her 32nd year, these things would happen: 3 bad things, a heartbreak, loss of independence, and a death, and 3 good things: a life-changing trip, recognition, reconnecting with someone, and meeting her soulmate. So we sort of travel through the ups and downs of her 32nd year as she lives out these predictions. I think my favourite one of the 6 was definitely going down the road of the life-changing trip. That one made me laugh out loud considerably. And I just feel like the cover of this one doesn't do it justice. Yeah, just, it doesn't do. I mean, we got, Captain America over here, obviously, but she doesn't actually meet Captain America, spoiler alert. But yeah, love this one. Out in the UK on the 9th of May. So this Thursday, if you want to pre-order, the link will be in the description box. And then next week, coming out on the, what would that be, 16th of May? I've written it down here. 14th of May, because it's the US, obviously, release. This one is The Paradise Problem by Christina Lauren. I know nothing about this one. There is no tagline to it. I feel like I want to tell you a little bit more about it. However, Christina Lauren writes fabulous, spicy, but get your teeth into rom-coms. So there's definitely some awesome sex scenes in their books, and then also get your teeth into it love story. I sometimes struggle with romance written by US authors, but I think this one, because the authors, well, one of the authors at least, lives not far away from where I used to live, and so I can often recognize some of the locations in the books. But this is adult romance. I love this cover, which is why I'm showing you the US cover and not the UK cover. I do not like the UK cover. It's more in keeping with like your Emily Henry novels. It kind of looks a little bit like those ones, but I much prefer the US covers. So that's why I'm showing you that one. So this is the other May release that is on my May TBR. And then we have those 2 April releases that I missed / didn't get to. One of these is because I kind of had it in my head that this was coming out in July for some reason, even though in my books I want to read in 2024, 24 books to read in 2024, whatever it was that I did. I listed this one as April, and this is My Favourite Mistake by Maren Keyes. I'm really sorry I'm about to say the same as I did for this Christina Lauren, because these are also by authors for me. I know nothing about them. So Maren Keyes, My Favourite Mistake. It's probably going to be a long one. I have bought and downloaded the audiobook. I feel like I should find a little bit more about it. Hang on. Okay, here's the blurb. My Favourite Mistake. Anna has lost her taste in the Big Apple. She has a life to envy, an apartment in New York, well-meaning, too well-meaning, partner, and a high-flying job in beauty PR. Who wouldn't want it all? And it turns out, turning a minor midlife crisis into a major life event, she bins the lot, heads back to Ireland, and gets a PR job for a super high-end coastal retreat. Tougher than it sounds, newsflash, the locals hate it. So much so that there have been threats and violence. Anna, however, works in the beauty industry, so there's no ugliness that she hasn't seen, no wrinkles she can't smooth over. Anna's got this, until she discovers that leaving New York doesn't mean escaping her mistakes. Once upon a time, she'd had a best friend. Once upon a time, she'd loved a man. Now she has neither, and now she has to face them. But we all make mistakes. When do we stop making the same one over and over again? Sounds amazing. Can't wait to read it. And then the other one that I missed in the month of April, which was on my April TBR anyway, but I just missed my reading window because I thought I'd read it on a plane. I didn't. Spoiler alert for my April TBR, April wrap-up coming your way. This one is The Holiday Escape by Heidi Swain. As I am filming this, I am about a quarter of the way through it. So this one is she's escaping the country. He's escaping the city. We've got some classic, like, best friends, awesome support network vibes that we get with a Heidi Swain novel. We've also got kind of a little bit of escapism like you get with a Page Toon / Isabel Broom novel. And I've just kind of like met the person who is escaping the city just now. And I'm excited. So yeah, keep your eyes peeled for the review of this one coming your way soon, because I imagine that this one is going to be quite a quick read for me. I do have the Kindle version and the audiobook version, so I might do a little switcheroo in between the two, but this is solidly on my May TBR. And then the aforementioned non-fiction read this month. I'm really enjoying deliberately putting a non-fiction read on my TBR every month, because it's kind of okay, so it doesn't have to be a new release. It can be anything that I'm interested in. And it means that it might be something that if I'm on a long journey with Ollie in the car, we will listen to in audiobook form together. This is one of those. So this is a book about the Blues Brothers by Daniel de... I want to say Vise, probably Vise, looking at the... what's it on the E there? An epic friendship, the rise of improv, and the making of an American film classic. So we're going to read the book, maybe watch some classic SNL clips on YouTube, and then obviously watch the Blues Brothers film. But we're at the stage now, we've just started listening to it, of listening to the bit about kind of John Belushi's background. And so I'm excited to hear a little bit more about Dan Aykroyd's background and how they end up meeting, because we have got to the improv scene now, which is exciting. And then a book versus movie book. We have a reread for me, which is always exciting. I know I do need to watch the series of One Day before my reread of One Day goes out of my mind. But basically, this one is one that I read literally the day it came out. I picked up my pre-order, I sat and I read it and I finished it. But this one came out as a movie straight to Hulu, I think, in the US on the 2nd of May, and is coming apparently straight to Sky on the 26th of May. And this is Turtles All the Way Down by John Green. I haven't read a John Green novel in a long time. I've seen a couple of really good teaching resources with opening, not even opening chapters, but opening sections of John Green novels, because he opens his novels quite uniquely. And so I am excited to reread this one, because when I read it, I was visiting from the US to the UK. I read it in the UK, but then I got myself a US signed copy in Target, and it had a drawing inside it as well, which was quite cool. So I have the two different versions. For some reason, I have a paperclip on this page, and I'm excited to find out why I left myself a paperclip on this page. I mean, this book has travelled from the UK to the US and back from the US to the UK again, so they are well-travelled copies of the book. But yeah, this one has the like inside sort of poster cover, whereas the other one has a different inside cover, but the other one is signed. It's really interesting. And then it has the I think it's an axolotl that gets featured in this book, isn't it? Is that right? Maybe that would be exciting if it was. But yeah, I'm just kind of excited to jump back into this one and have an excuse to read it. I may end up reading it during Bout of Books. I'm really undecided about whether to do Bout of Books because it is Sats week, and then the weekend of Bout of Books is my post Sats week celebrations. So I don't know. Let me know in comments. Do you think I can fit it in if I like read a little bit in the morning before I went and did Sats week breakfast? I don't know. I mean, I don't have any marking to do during Sats week. That's a bonus. I know early morning tuition, but after school tuition, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, what was I saying about John Green openings? At the time, I first realised I might be fictional. My weekdays were spent in a publicly funded institution on the north side of Indianapolis called White River High School, where I was required to eat lunch at a particular time between 12:37 p.m. and 1:14 p.m. by forces so much larger than myself, I couldn't even begin to identify them. If these forces had given me a different lunch period, or if the table mates who helped author my fate had chosen a different topic of conversation that September day, I would have met a different end, or at least a different middle. But I was beginning to learn that your life is a story told about you, not one that you tell. And again, the opening, yeah. So yeah, let me know if you've used any John Green opening in teaching as well. Any teachers out there watching, please do. So yeah, so a bit of a lighter May TBR. Very much on the fence about whether I'm going to do Bout of Books because I do love doing Bout of Books and just kind of holding myself accountable to reading something every day. And there is the potential that I will be fine and I will be able to read something every day. I love when I've kind of got that excuse to read over breakfast in the morning. But my emotional state during Sats week is not necessarily one that lends itself to just like sitting and being. So we shall see. Please do let me know in comments what you are reading in the month of May. Make sure that you are subscribed so that you don't miss out on my April wrap up, although you've had a totally sneak peek at it through this TBR. And hit that notification bell to be notified when I post a wrap up reading vlog that's coming your way very soon as well. As always, if you enjoyed this video, do give it a thumbs up. I will see you with my next video. Thanks for watching.